Hi, this is my review for Amazing Spider-Man number 633 and 634. This is part 4 to Shred and part 1 to the Grim Hunt. Now, apparently, Shred was a late book for last week, so they shipped them both together. At least I applaud them for that, because I would have been, nothing would have pissed me off more with having just more delays and stuff. So that part was good. I'll do Shred part 4 since that's the first one out of the set. Now, we have basically the continuation of the battle. Lizard's pretty much taken over the city. Primal urges are now just running rampant. Like, you have somebody trying to steal some woman, and the cameraman beats him up, kills him, and now woman goes, "You're strong, so we mate," type thing. So it's very animalistic type thing. Here's basically the city's in chaos, and you can see here the Lizard's got himself some women's also. And but Spider-Man comes back, and he's got the serum with him, and I really like the touches of the art, like with the lizards everywhere. It's a really, really nice touch. Again, it's attention to detail that really set this book, the series, apart from a lot of the other books that were on the shelf. Spider-Man goes to join the fight, and you have basically the Lizard sensing that something is shielding Peter's brain, and he knows that it's the serum that Dr. Connors was taking. Spider-Man surprises the Lizard and spits some of that serum into his mouth. That gives him the opportunity to get away and start injecting him with a bunch of needles with the serum in it. Now, it's not quite 100% working, but what really does get him to work is looking at a picture of Billy. This is where the Lizard's complaining that you put pictures in his head, and he's starting to feel that something's not quite right. That's when the people start attacking Spider-Man, and pretty much the Lizard being consumed with a picture of Billy, his dead son. Now, Peter's you can see that Peter's starting to take, his mind's starting to change, and he's wanting to lash out, but he knows that he can't do that, so he's just letting the crowd take control over him. Now here you have the Lizard. Looks like he grabs Spider-Man. They go on a rooftop, and they have a conversation. Now, Lizard knows something's wrong. He's starting to feel shame. Peter's being Peter and being some smack talk, smart ass talk going back. And about this time, as I said, the Lizard's going, okay, something's not right. I did what I thought was right. Maybe it's not right. I'm feeling shame. I need to go away. I need to figure out what's going on. I'm not ready. He makes a reference, before he's like, "That's not a bird. I don't know what's going on." So he takes that cue to leave. Then we go over to Peter and Aunt May. Aunt May's still giving him the "leave me alone, you're an ungrateful son" type treatment. I'm sorry, not son, but you know what I mean. And finally, Peter's really breaking down over the Billy death, and that's when Aunt May finally comes to her senses and says, "No, Peter, I'm here for you. I'm okay." And then of course there's the Lizard joining the crew. Great issue. I must say, very cool issue. Now, with the Grim Hunt, we have a completely new lineup and everything in terms of art direction and stuff like that. What we have here is Craven's kids. You have the wife, and they're basically starting their plan. Here's a little flashback of what's going on. Peter's sick now. He believes he's got N1H1, swine flu. Gets a knock on the door, and it's Kane. Really curious to see how they're going to cover up all this blood, but I'm sure he'll be forgotten next issue. This is where Peter finally learns, hey, something's not right. They're hunting. Kane mentions that they're hunting spiders. Peter hears the noise, the explosions, so he gets on his suit and goes checks it out. Conveniently, it's Spider-Woman, and he goes to help her. Now, it turns out Craven's kids are after her, and battle ensues. They get away, little peace, they can talk. Battle ensues again. very cool. Kraven sun falls on the spear. I just wish it was just a little bit more this way. But other than that, really great. Really enjoyed it. We get a flashback with Kane and him getting hunted. Let's see here. Then we go. Basically, Spider-Woman drags Peter to a house. This is yet another Spider-Woman, and they're like, "What the hell's going on?" And Ezekiel comes in to explain, "Hey guys, there's basically a war going on. There's a war between the Hunters and the Spider, and obviously these are the Spiders, and the Hunters are all Spider-Man's villains." He got jacked, so I really want to know what happened to him. So now this is a very, very key moment in the book. You have that one Spider-Woman from earlier, Madam Web, and she knows she's going to get killed. But Madam Web does her best to console her. They put her on this sacrificial altar. If you notice, at the scene we have the Kraven people, we have Electro, and we have Diablo. And Diablo gives them a serum to use, and this part is the awesome part. She gets stabbed right through the chest there, and Electro electrifies it. Blood comes through, and guess who comes up from the grave? Nope, not Kraven, it's a bestial creature. And that's when they realize, hey, we need the blood of the one true Spider to really do that. But I bet you they had you there. I bet you all of you out there thought it was going to be Kraven. Anyways, we get a Kraven backstory. I'm going to read it later, but I'm not really too thrilled about it. And then they tie it up with Kane later on here at the end. So, anyways, here's what I think in the final couple minutes here. I really liked Shred. I thought Shred was a fantastic story. Definitely going to buy the trade paperback. Highly recommend it. While it does help to understand what's going on in the overall scheme of things, if you don't know, this is still worth it. It's a self-contained storyline, and the changes that happen in this are awesome. You have the death of Billy Connors, you have the Lizard evolving. Great issue. Now we go over to Grim Hunt. They're hunting spiders. This is where stories kicked up a notch, I believe. Now we're dealing with the Kraven people. Spider-Man's aware now that there's a problem, and I think the level of violence got kicked up a little bit, especially with the one Kraven falling on the spike thing, and then you had the sacrifice on the altar. Fantastic. Never expected anything like that in Spider-Man. Kamen Rider, he also approved. He was like, whoa, that was like amazingly awesome. What was I going to say? Now, this is off to a good start, so if you have not jumped onto this bandwagon yet, this would be a good jumping on part, and then you can always pick up the trades for some of these other ones. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them on the side. And so definitely subscribe to the channel. I'll have some more reviews up shortly. And which of the revamps did you guys like more? My personal favorite two were the Lizard and the Rhino. And the one I hated the most was the Vulture so far. You gotta have a villain that talks. So, like I said, I'll have more reviews up here in the next couple days. Until next time.